carries his life in an esky. Blue. Same as the sky, but far more contained. Clutches the broken white plastic handle. And you can tell this life he struggles to hold could be snuffed out like a candle at any moment. He stands, gaunt and forlorn, in the middle of the sun-baked road, sweat running down his haggard face, staining his ragged shirt, heedless of little red men on traffic lights or back or forward. His confusion indicates that direction is a concept that's let go of him. My life, by comparison, spills far beyond the stainless steel fridge in my kitchen, a gleaming treasure chest, way bigger than me. Takes 2 men and a trolley to carry it, and that's when it's empty. My fridge, my life, teems with myriad meats and cheeses, fruit from exotic lands, organic green beans, $18 a kilo, ice cream and pastry, puff and phyllo, chocolate and imported beer. There's shit back there. Half-eaten avocados, Dick Smith jam, Granny Smith apples, salami and ham that might be on the turn or I've forgotten about that'll get thrown out, though never the beer and pastry. He has no back there, and I bet nothing ever gets thrown out. What's wrong with that man? Asked my daughter as she looks up from a new iPad from the back seat of one of our air-conditioned Subarus. My soft, clean, dry hands, adorned with bling of Citizen watch, silver bracelet, silver ring, tighten on the steering wheel. And I want to tell her there's nothing wrong with him, darling. It's the world that's broken, but how do I explain the millions of starving and the obesity epidemic and a woman who makes $52 million a day while he carries his life in a broken esky? Can we give him something? My daughter asks. We could give him everything, flashes through my brain. We could give him the money we spent on your new iPad, or the 3-year-old 32-inch flat-screen TV sitting in the cupboard because your uncle gave us a new 42-inch flat-screen TV because he'd had a good year. But interminable lectures about refugee camps and boats float over the heads of well-fed kids in comfy beds surrounded by love and safety and luxury. And while we stress and care about the dress she should wear and the quality of her education and which school she should attend, I think of Pakistan and men boarding school buses with death in their hearts and their hands, and how only 4% of the trillions of dollars spent on war and weapons each year is spent on the humanitarian aid that might change the world. Because I know from the reading and writing and research I do in front of my Apple Mac in my little house on the hill with the sea far below, that there's enough in this world to feed, clothe, house, educate and provide health for all its citizens, and still give that woman and others like her $1 million, say, a week, $50 million a year, which should maintain a reasonable lifestyle. And I wonder about evolution as the world heats up and burns our lips on the common cup, and will the green revolution be too late, and that my New Year's resolution is to lose weight, and will anything ever change? Will anything ever change? At what point do we consider the relationship between actions and consequences? Humans are meant to be able to do that. What happened to our humaneness? What happened to the qualities of compassion and mutual consideration, spirituality, benevolence, love? What happened to love? He comes into the emergency room a lot, my wife says, especially during the late shift in winter. I give him a blanket and cups of hot tea and sweet biscuits and warm his hands with mine. And the big questions ricocheting in my brain slowly subside along with man and esky in the rearview mirror. But I see the tears in my daughter's eyes and feel those upon my own cheeks. As we struggle with the pain of the world and the feelings of helplessness that sometimes break through the walls of our emotional insulation. I feel my wife's hand upon my arm as she lays her voice upon my heart, and know her words are meant for our daughter as well. We can't save the world or catch the sparrows that fall from the sky, but we can open our hearts and minds and eyes and practice little acts of kindness, because you never know. From little things, big things can grow. So be kind. Be kind. We can at least do that. Just be kind.